9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
What up, what up, what up? Happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Welcome to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad. Let me know in the chat where you are watching us from, what city, what state, what country, all of that good stuff. Our super chats are open. And what does that mean? It means that with our super chats open, we invite you to support WWT so we can get so many things going. We can get the council member, his NXT, viewership and all that good stuff so you can watch it. We can get set off the streets. We can get so many things happening. So without your support, WWT wouldn't be going on since 2017. But I'm not alone. The sweetest oos is in the building. Miss Honey, how you doing?
Buzz, WWT universe, buzz, boss lady. How you doing?
I'm alive, barely.
I hear that, sister. I hear that. Life has been lifing. Been a little like low-key staying away from the social media bit a little bit, take a little break, but still had a good watch along and, still want to make my presence known here at WWT to make sure I, just stay on top of things here for the busy bee community.
You a hot mess. And speaking of hot mess, this was shady. I love it. Speaking of hot mess, Mr. Meat himself, Kay McCoy, is in the building.
Rawr. Rawr. We're doing animal noises, so I'm a testy bear man. Clearly putting the mess in hot mess is what we do here. Happy Wednesday. Lots of wrestling to chat about. Let's get to it, TK.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know whether it's shady or not. So, like, there's certain things. There have been a lot of shady things happening throughout the internet and interviews and stuff like that with different wrestling companies. But I don't know if this is shady or not. So, Jericho Cruise, they just announced who is going to be on the Jericho Cruise, and obviously it's Chris Jericho affiliated with AEW, but no AEW people are on the cruise. And so I don't necessarily think it's shady, but I mean, like, what's going on? It's kind of like we might talk about this too, as far as why is WWE cutting out all these people. But what do you guys think is going on? We'll start with Honey because you got the shades on. Why no AEW people are on this Jericho cruise?
I'm not sure. I thought that was something that sparked my mind. As soon as I saw the report of it that the Jericho cruise was back on, I was just like, oh, okay. First of all, the first person I hit up was Courtney, because that's her dude. But I literally sent it to Courtney with the mindset of, I wonder who he's going to bring along with him. And, we both did talk in the chat about, how we weren't sure why there were no AEW affiliates. I mean, we have heard a lot of things about his contract being up and things like that, or him, moving on to other things and different ventures. The IWC is literally going crazy in a frenzy, wondering if there could be a possible return of breaking the walls down. But the cruise has started. I'm intrigued to see who he's bringing along with him, though. I would hope that it's obviously still people affiliated with him in the business, but it's just about which side. Which side we on, Jericho?
Yeah.
Who made the list?
A couple of legends. Soraya's also there. The Hardys are there. Bully Ray, Dave LaGreca's there. Nick Nemeth. Well, Nick Nemeth. Oh no, TNA. So a lot of TNA, lot of TNA people, and a lot of like legends. Also shout out to Jeffrey, Sindel, Zach, and our producer from the future, Dylan and Bosa in the chat. So I don't know. Kay McCoy, the king of shady. I'm just giving out names today. What do you think is going on?
Well, I mean, it sounds like one of those things where we have to this is the left, this is the right. So Jericho he's getting a rap money. He's getting a rap money. Okay.
Oh God.
Thank you. It was under 30 seconds, so we don't have to pay for that license. Shouts to Busta Rhymes and all of that.
I hope not, because
here's the situation. The Royal Rumble is January 2026. It's in about 3-4 months from now, and I don't know what number he's going to come in, but that's when we're going to see the return of Chris Jericho in Saudi Arabia. You know, Saudi Arabia, they love wrestlers from like 10 years ago, so they probably never thought that Chris Jericho even left WWE. So they was asking, "What is the Chris Jericho? Where's the Chris Jericho? Let's break the walls down, lion tamer." And we're going to get Chris Jericho actually put in a lion or tiger in a lion tamer in Saudi Arabia, because he's returning, folks. This cruise usually happens, I think, if you check like the history of it, I think it's like in January usually.
Yes,
like
it's usually in January.
The last one was in January of 2025. What's in January of 2026? The Royal Rumble. So I think this all but confirms that we're going to see the learning tree spreading his branches back to WWE and in Saudi Arabia.
Well, I mean, and I know Bosa, you can let us know, because he's like 50 something, and not to do ageism, but I feel like, you know, you want to finish your contract somewhere, and why not WWE? So that would make sense. Yeah, Bosa in the chat saying Kane's a little sassy. Yeah, you know, Kane is caning. But speaking of somebody being sassy,
hashtag
the councilman.
I'm so excited to see this. I'm so excited to see his face right now.
The councilman, and have you seen his face? Just glowing. The councilman with the shades has decided to grace us with his presence.
Servant.
Did you just call me sassy?
I didn't, but did.
I need you to retract that.
Sassy with $2 signs, $3 signs.
Boom.
Put sassy up top.
Yeah, right there.
I can't. No, I'm a lot of things. TK, sassy is not one of them.
Replace the A with an E.
Never. Just get rid of the whole word.
Just A with the E. Just be sassy.
Get rid of the whole word.
Not even said.
I know Hickenbottom's your boy, so I just figured y'all could be aligned.
Who?
That's it, boys. You and Hickenbottom. Pull it out. Yeah, pause, but yeah.
Are you serving HBK?
Hickenbottom know what he did. Know what he's done. He knows what he's done.
I oh my goodness. Well, I take out the sassy, the ever present, the ever knowledgeable. The councilman is in the building, and councilman, we were talking about the Jericho cruise, and how no AEW folks are on the cruise. You know, what are your thoughts on said cruise, and will you be going on?
I want to get a ticket. Not gonna lie.
My mama taught me a long time. Don't ever get stuck on a boat with rednecks. It's not gonna go well.
We've had that conversation on kayfabe. Yes.
Yeah, you're not gonna. Nah.
I mean, last time we were on a boat with rednecks, you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just I don't trust
a lot of years of the chains and stuff. So I get it. I understand.
Might not come back. Might not come back.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh my Lord.
Nerds, old couples, sure. Hey, Joko Cruz, I'm there. Wrestling and wrestling fans?
On a boat.
On a boat?
And correct me if I'm wrong, Councilman. Nah. All right, and you're from Tejas, so if anything was to be like, you know, we get our freedoms, you'll be like the last to know about that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Per the way.
Come back and be like, yo, I guess I work for Jericho now with no pay. And me carrying his guitars all day.
They're gonna pay you in the bubbly. They're gonna pay you in bubbly and questionable gimmicks.
Nah.
You're gonna get stuck into the vortex.
Just
No,
second it-
no drinking it in for the councilman. No.
See, exactly. I can't do that. I can't be all out there like that. Nah.
And instead of the Bermuda Triangle, you end up in the Jericho vortex, never seen again. That's
never seen again. Yep. They just stuck in a loop, taking a lion tamer from fucking Chris Jericho.
Millennium Man strikes again.
But like, somebody let me out. I'm tired. If I gotta hear Raw Jericho one more time.
Oh god.
I mean, it's a great cruise for people that like to go to that. So I think it's dope. Not having no AEW people on there. When is the cruise?
January.
In January.
I mean,
it's November this year. It's November 2026.
Well,
January. It used to be January.
Oh, it's November. They sell November 2026.
But now it's November 2026.
Oh, I mean, that ain't nothing to like just get giddy about. Like, again, like working with a cruise line now, like ours is in March, and we just now announced like the initial lineup of people that are going to be there. So I'm sure AEW people will trickle in either way and stuff, but I'm not going to just jump the gun of Chris Jericho like, yo, he going to do it. He going to do Royal Rumble. Because here's the question. Do you want to see that?
Yeah.
Do you? Yes.
Yeah.
For
I know Courtney do, but I can't speak for Courtney fully. But I mean, I know that's something she would want to see. I'm intrigued to see it. I just don't know to what capacity. Like, I don't want him in there for a long time.
And then what? Yeah, like so. And then what?
Just come back and then maybe I don't know.
And do what exactly?
You know who I tell you what,
come back and get a Hall of Fame ring for sure.
and have a retirement run. Chris Jericho has to be looking at.
I'm sorry, a run?
Been doing.
A run?
A run.
A run?
A jog. A jog.
I was going to say
a pace. But Jericho wants that one last money grab while he can still have the relevancy of doing so. Chris Jericho, more than anybody, has reinvented himself over 4 decades of professional wrestling. Right now, we're going to trash it, but when we hear that countdown at Royal Rumble at 4 a.m, because it's going to be in Riyadh, whatever, it
won't be that early. It won't be that early.
What, 2 o'clock maybe ish, but like we're gonna pop for that. And Jericho's gonna find a way to make this run refreshing, just like he does all his WWE runs. When he comes back different than when we last saw him. There's a little bit of nostalgia and a little bit of that new. It's trends and novelty with Chris Jericho, and I think nobody in professional wrestling has figured that out more than Y2J.
I think it's more. I think it should be more so.
Get there. The learning tree will work on WWE, unlike AEW. Got you.
I think
he won't have the learning tree on there. That's the point. Learning tree will stay in AEW.
Well, Jericho has always been known to be the Iron Man of the Royal Rumbles too. So maybe if he comes back in this capacity, maybe we don't see him like going a run. And obviously, I said I don't want to see him in that ring too long. I'm not sure what, I mean, we also don't know what kind of shape he'll be in by that time. If he even shows up, we're just literally speculating. But if he does, I think it would be I think it's more so for the pop effect that he's back. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that, when we got Alexa Bliss back, you know what I mean? Like it would be just like that time we've seen him do it before. Back in the 2000s, he did that when he returned again with the light up jacket and everything. And he continued to reinvent himself. But maybe there's one last thing that Chris Jericho has left to give to WWE for the wrestling business.
Before he ends his career?
I'm gonna say this once, and it don't need to go no other way. Jericho needs to come to the Rumble, face AJ Styles at WrestleMania, and then take your black ass home. That's all we need from you, Jericho. That's all we need from you. That's all we need.
Now why AJ Styles?
Because AJ's leaving. So, and that was his initial feud when AJ came. So, if you really want to give something that's just off the wall out of 2 people, because again, like that's the face that runs the place, and Raw is Jericho. So, let two of the biggest independent folks that, like technically even with Jericho, like let two of the biggest independent stars in their career at the grandest stage of them all.
Okay.
And then exit. I don't want to see you on Monday Night Raw. I don't want to see you interact with Braun. I don't want to see you talk to Dominic. I don't want to see your old ass nowhere near my product.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
What about in like a creative perspective from like?
Oh, if he want to be in the back, by all means. If he bringing this, by all means. Because
he was always very good with that.
I just do not want another 6-month side quest of this nigga taking somebody else's spot that could have had it on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. This is why Seth Rollins is out. Get your old ass out of there and go rebuild. He ain't old, but go get your ass out of there. CM Punk need to be next. All right. The new generation is now.
I'm sorry, big dog.
It's no offense, but we got other stories to finish too. Besides, like Jericho could finish his story and get a Hall of Fame ring, finish up with WWE. Let's not make too much of it a big thing. But there's other stories besides Jericho's that need to be finished are more intricate, I think.
And I take back one more, but I don't know if he'll do it. He should do an elimination chamber since he created it. You should at least do one elimination chamber.
And Councilman, that is my point, Councilman. They're going to play the hits, big dog. They're going to play the hits. Jericho's going to come back on this nostalgic run. They're going to play the hits.
So you keep saying run.
So we remember him. I slow jog, a slow pace, a half marathon because Mania's in April. Slight brisk move to catch the door before it closes. Hold the elevator door.
Elimination chamber. WrestleMania.
Slow-mo Baywatch run.
That's it. Oh my God.
That's all.
And then prepare for the cruise in November.
I'm telling you, November. Yeah, let him promote all of that. Till then, do not put this man in the main stories that are going on. There is nowhere where Jericho fits, because I promise you, if I see Aleister Black versus Chris Jericho, I'm gonna turn this whole place the fuck out.
I'm really upset that you said that out loud. Don't even manifest that, because
first of all,
I'm saying there ain't listen. This for Jericho is more than welcome.
Well, Councilman, you said chamber. You got to throw in Money in the Bank too, because he came up with Money in the Bank.
For what?
Is Money in the Bank not a Chris Jericho concept?
No, he didn't come up with Money in the Bank. Somebody else came up with it. Eric Bischoff came up with Money in the Bank.
Are you sure you don't got it backwards? That Bischoff was eliminated chamber, and then Jericho.
Here's the thing. I don't care.
Y'all, but you don't want to see him.
Y'all want the new Bret Hart here. That's fine. That's cool.
Honey's face.
Rumble, chamber,
can't
Mania. And just for Kane's sake, special guest referee at Money in the Bank.
I'll take that.
No, matter of fact, that's if Money in the Bank's still here. They already said they might not have it in 2026.
Oh,
because they've been talking about moving it back to WrestleMania.
They're gonna have a Casino Gauntlet Royal match. Ugh.
No, remember they want to get rid of like those stipulation PLEs. That's why we don't have Hell in the Cell no more.
But don't they? I think after 2026, because they owe beans and rice. Well, I'm gonna call it beans and rice. New Orleans. Oh my God, I'm sorry, New Orleans watchers of WWT. You're more than beans and rice. You're also Lil Wayne. But yeah, they owe New Orleans a Money in the Bank. So 2026 will be that for taking Mania. Don't blame me. Blame your manager, your city manager, for getting Money in the Bank taken away or getting WrestleMania taken away. The Vegas.
I'm more on the beans and rice being the staple.
I'm stuck.
Jambalaya. Princess Tiana.
Is that what you were thinking? And then was like, the rice and beans thing? There aren't beans in jambalaya at all.
Yeah, I mean, like viewers' discretion. I don't know.
As your today attorney, I would advise you to
as your today attorney.
As your today attorney, I would advise you just let's stop incriminating yourself. That is for the city of New Orleans. You're welcome. You're welcome. He will be back. But yeah, I don't mind a short run. Just come on, man. Y'all did a great job these past couple
run.
months. I mean, 4
Light
months.
jog, a light jog.
Light jog. That's all I'm asking. But like, y'all did a great job Monday Night Raw and this past SmackDown. Like, y'all really showed us, like, hey, y'all putting a focus on newer talent, like we talked about. Please don't sidetrack that by trying to get all of what you can out of Chris Jericho before he leaves.
Well, this is what my point exactly. Like, I understand what you're saying with that, but this was a drinking game, return on investment. So if they're paying this man, say they do end up re-signing him, I definitely don't think they're going to just do the greatest hits. I don't think he's going to be there for just a year, because that doesn't make sense financially. So, I think you're going to see more of him if it does happen. Now, and it also too, as an athlete, no matter what age you are, in your mind, you always think that you can go. And it also depends on who they're serving, as far as, all the brands who might want him in certain things. So there's a lot of different things. So on just a pure wrestling scale for WWE, yes, like, have the newer talent. We need to usher in the newer talent, also their stuff. But what does Endeavor want? What does TKO want? What does Saudi want? Like, there's a lot of different people that they need to satisfy. And then also, what does Jericho want? Because if they're willing to take Jericho, I'm sure he has some demands or requests. So there's certain things that we take in consideration.
And you have to definitely remember that this is Jericho coming back to a WWE, not under the Vince umbrella anymore. Mm-hmm. This is a TKO brand, UFC, and everything like that, with the board and stuff, with Triple H at the creative helm. So be very interesting to see how that would pan out if this is going to happen. But shout out to him for the cruise, though.
Yeah.
Y'all want to go? Are we gonna go? You seasick?
I might like to go, but I don't know if I'll make it this year.
Well, I'm going on a cruise. I'm going on the same cruise Will is going on. So shout out to that.
Oh,
word.
TK ain't gonna do shit while she does.
Nope.
I mean, I don't.
Man, like, she don't even know me.
Not one thing.
Good
news. It's been a year, which I can't believe. Chris Bay, he provides an update on his neck injury. He said he's slowly getting better. He's not ruling out going back into the ring, and his injury was just so crazy that, do you think we're gonna see like a return of Chris Bay in the next year or so? We'll start with Honey.
Absolutely. I think that's possible. I mean, you could never say never in a business like this. And, in the instance of when he first got injured, it was definitely not looking on the up and up, but things have turned around. God is great. And, he's pretty much blessed to be able to go back into, at least be present for what he loves to do, and at least he's been around. So it's showing that he's still here. It seems that he has every intention of wanting to return, but I don't know, in the next year could possibly be a stretch, but like I said, you never know. You can never say never in a business like this. We've seen a lot of people bounce back from neck fusion, surgeries and things like that. We've seen Daniel Bryan come back. We've seen Edge come back. We've seen Randy Orton almost, fall under that category, but he's back and in the best shape he's ever been. So I think that any opportunity for Chris Bay to return, as long as he is at full 100% health, as long as his mind is in the right space, and as long as he's prime and ready to go and does everything he needs to do for himself, for his body to get better, by all means, he could come back whenever.
Kane, Councilman, anything?
I had a big pop for Chris Bay. Councilman, I feel the same as well. When I saw him at Bound for Glory, it's good to see him up and about and walking. However, Chris Bay had 6C C6. There we go. I need a mouth surgery. Pause. C6, C7 Nick fusion, and a C6 T1 spinal cord fusion. And he was given like a 10% to 25% chance to ever walk again. So to see him up and about alone is just a miracle. So I think that is one of those situations where, again, this injury was something that, you know, they like destroyed the tapes, like made sure that no one could see what happened. It was so just like tragic with what happened. So I think it's one of those things that, you know, I hope that he can find something that stimulates him as much as wrestling does, because again, Chris Bay was also always kind of a smaller wrestler anyway. So all the wrestlers that we named, the aforementioned wrestlers, were bigger people. Even Daniel Bryan may not have been the tallest, but was wider, stronger base. So I'm just worried about him from a person standpoint, first and foremost. So if I was a doctor or anything, I'm like, hey, look, man, you know, you might need to find somebody else to try to clear you or do something. But it was just such a serious injury that, you know, I'm hopeful for Chris Bay the person more than Chris Bay the wrestler.
Councilman saying, nah, not at all.
No, not at all. Just to the year thing. Take your time, bro. Take your time. Like, get better. Make sure that your way of life is good, man. Like, as much as I talk shit about the old people and shit like that, like, you can go well into your 40s doing wrestling, maybe even knocking on 50. Like, don't rush it, bro. Like, you were blessed enough to be able to, like, be able to walk out that bound for glory, man. Just take your time, man. Take your time. You'll be welcome with open arms, but just please don't rush that stuff. That's serious. That's serious.
Yeah, man. Please, Chris Bay, my fellow Virginian, go to like DC and eat some steamed crabs or something, and just do that. Like, just enjoy.
Oh, is that what y'all known for? Thought y'all just known for Chris Brown. My bad. Yeah.
Run it. We got Missy, you know what I'm saying? Long live D'Angelo.
Are they from there?
Gang. Yeah, man. We go throw it up all the time, man. You know, that's right. It's on the flag. It's on the welcome sign when you get there.
Oh, didn't know that.
And Chris Bay. Yeah. Well, edutainment here.
What's that?
Edutainment here. Women's wrestling talk.
I'm sorry. I can't believe he said beans and rice for New Orleans.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring it back up.
You're like, you think they got? Oh,
Last time
wow.
I checked, if there's anybody who knows about beans and rice, it's definitely me too. You know,
well, I'm glad she said it and not me. I was like, because when he was like, "What's the beans and rice?" I'm like, New Mexico.
Jambalaya. I was like the words. Oh, Mike Santana. We need an air horn here. We got an air horn. That's a new bit.
Oh,
they need like a
it's not on here.
Puerto Rican flag mention. Yeah,
I thought it was.
So
there we go.
Oh my goodness. So we had a lot of people who got released from WWE. Wesley was one of them. Booker T actually made a comment about that as far as him. You know, I was actually surprised about Wesley. I don't know if you guys were. As far as him being a really talented individual, and he didn't think that he was gonna get let go. I don't know if you guys discussed this on Monday, but what do you think is happening in WWE with all these releases? And you know, some people we thought of, some people were like, oh, I could see that. Some people were like, oh, this is what we're doing. What do you guys think is happening in the WWE locker room?
Trimming the fat. If you notice, a lot of those that got let go were those that were there before TKO took over.
Mm-hmm.
And they were already still there with contracts and stuff like that. So, and then just, I think people also got to remember too of just how these shifts are happening and what's really of just like, okay, yeah, Wesley was let go. So was Wesley let go from the current contract he got? So now he can get signed with TNA and then go over there and really do something as a TNA star?
Do you think that's what's going to happen?
I mean, it could be. I don't particularly think he should. I really just think you should. I think you should be in the independent scene to develop what your character is. Because I think the thing with Wesley Fell was there was no one focusing on your character development. Like, had you stayed face the entire time, you would probably be way further ahead right now than you were. But because they wanted to make that switch with you, it didn't go over well. So now you need to figure out how to do your character, what to do, what does your character represent. Look at the ones that were let go. Like, look at Mustafa Ali. Like, first he was this with the little hand thing. Now he got Order 4, and that character is incredible. So it's like, yo, go out, figure out your personality. I mean, shoot, Cody Rhodes is the greatest example of that. Went from Stardust to the American Nightmare. So it's like, yo, you have opportunity to really show them why. It's like, yo, when they make that call again, this is why I add a couple of zeros to my check, and then I'll come back.
Right.
Yeah, Councilman, and to kind of go off your point, again, you see a lot of these wrestlers who are in developmental, and at some point you got to develop. It's the same in any sports league, any type of sports system. You can't be at a certain level for too long. And unfortunately, Wesley never even really got a sniff of the main roster. You never saw any type of gateway to the main roster, which is funny because towards the end, he became the gatekeeper of NXT. And it was like, damn, you couldn't even like let my mans have that gimmick, because again, it all boils down to that. We knew what Wesley can do in the ring, but there was just no further development from that for his character. Again, you know, we saw the haircut change. We saw him in a position of leadership, and none of it really grabbed us like it did when he had a North American title run. So unfortunately, it's just one of those situations where, again, rebrand, just go outside and redo your thizzle. So I see MDB899 in the chat. Tony D walking on eggshells. Yeah. Tony D is in the witness protection program right now. Tony D'Angelo. But yeah, I think Wesley's going to be okay. I hope to see him in progress. All the wrestlers just should go to England. Just go to London. They'll love you, and they'll chant your name. They'll do all that. Just go there.
I mean, they have many more options nowadays than they did 15 years ago. So it's a good look. I don't know. It's interesting. If you kind of, you know, he went from TNA to WWE. I don't know. The indie scene is a grind.
And what we call him, Wesley, he's Desmond Xavier. So Desmond Xavier, you know, if we don't see him in TNA, we're going to see him in like MLW. You know what I mean? See him do some Brit Rest stuff. I think that should be like, just don't end up back on our TVs in AEW or TNA. Like we just seen you. You know what I'm saying? Build that lore up where we see like a 15-second clip of you on Twitter doing some crazy spot and being like, oh yeah, Desmond Xavier. That's right. Okay, yeah, that's our guy, like flipping and doing everything. So even his Twitter name right now, Wes has changed it to Desmond Xavier. So I think he's going to really lean into that and get busy on the indies.
Who is that? You, honey?
I'm by the woods.
That's you, Kane?
That will be the state of Louisiana coming for me for the beans and rice mention. So I have to BRB.
Oh my gosh! All right, so we're getting ready for Cena's last match, final match in DC. It looks like there are pretty much they're looking at it being almost sold out, which is kind of what we predicted or what we thought. Well, that's what I thought. I mean, it's Cena's match. You see everywhere that he's been going for the last year. People have been, you know, upset that was so little time. But kind of going back to what we were talking about with Jericho, and we'll start with you, Will. Do we think that this last run of Cena, his exit from wrestling on a whole, was a great run?
Fuck yeah. Yeah. I don't care what nobody says. I'll debate that. Like, can't tell me nothing. Like, this was how you do it. This is how you gave it to us. Like, I don't have no notes for this. Like, I damn near we almost got exactly what we called me, Honey, and Dion for what we wanted. We got a whole story told. We saw Cena go heel. We saw Cena get 17. We saw Cena have phenomenal matches with Randy, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, gave the title back to Cody Rhodes. the love letter to wrestling he wrote with AJ Styles. It's like, yo, like, and the fact of you did it for a whole year. Who do we know that has done that outside of like Ric Flair from storyline? And it was just like, yo, the next time you lose, you got to retire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was an incredible run, show after show, merch after merch. Like, if TKO did not make their money back or didn't make over what they were doing with that, then I don't know what to tell you.
Honey, what did you think?
I have no complaints. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like Cena's run. I think it's very rare that we get to see someone retire the way they want to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's refreshing to see. And I'm sure, you know, with Cena being so eloquent and well-spoken and, you know, matter of fact, he's a man of his word. And I think that this run was fantastic. I think it was phenomenal, and for lack of better words. But, you know, it definitely gave us a lot of good things to talk about. It gave us a lot of classic moments, you know, regardless of what became of the heel turn. I really don't see the problem with it, because it was a moment that we're never going to forget. That face expression changing while hugging Cody Rhodes and The Rock on the other end, that is a moment that will always go down in history, probably as one of, like, even if it wasn't as long lasting as other heel turns, probably one of the greatest moments to make a heel turn, quite honestly. Besides the whole leg drop, you know, NWO, that moment and stuff like that. But John Cena is very, very close to that. And to be able to put on bangers, and I know it hurts him. You can see when he's walking back to that ring, man. It's just like, yo, like, it's crazy to see John Cena like going. And now we're down to what, 4 days left? 4 dates? Are we at 4?
Wait, 4 or 3?
4.
I believe
it's the 4.
Because I know
right. He put up the 4 after Crown Jewel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So with that, it's a great story it's a great end of a chapter in this WWE story that keeps being told for all these years. John Cena has nothing to prove, absolutely nothing to prove. He is absolutely one of the greatest all time, and he is absolutely gracing us with his presence. And you know what's crazy? We think we're not going to see him anymore, but we are. We're just not going to see him in this capacity, which is something that kind of like I'm struggling with a little bit, because I used to be somebody who ribbed on Cena a lot, and now it's like, damn, I really don't want you to go. I kind of don't want you to go. I want to keep ribbing. I don't want to miss you. But
yeah, well, honey, that's the thing about professional wrestling. This is John Cena's last match, asterisk, as a full-time wrestler. We're going to see John Cena when that bag is right, when the bag is correct, when
you think
when it's needed. Yes, I don't think this is.
That's not going to be no Shawn Michaels situation. I don't think we're going to.
You think so? I think this is it. I think Cena wanted to have the one last run, and it's a one last full-time run. He wasn't back and forth with Hollywood. He wasn't doing anything. He was strictly out here wrestling like he was an ultimate pro wrestling once again in 99. We got the prototype Cena. We got Dr. of Thugonomics. We got him playing the hits with all his classic feuds. So he dedicated this, and we can look at this hindsight 2020, yes. But when that turn happened in real time, oh, buddy, oh, pal. I remember it. It was on the news here.
And the noise that it made. Like, I could still hear myself screaming, and I jumped off my couch. Like, I literally shook.
Like, it's happening. It's happening. Now, of course, hindsight 2020 being, you know, we book it after the fact. Well, maybe we would have preferred the turn happen in the WrestleMania match against Cody, had we known what my buddy Dwayne was going to do and just kind of dipset up out of here. By the way, what's up with him on the Kelsey show saying that he has a decision in who we book? No! John Cena and The Rock, do we really want that as the last match?
Is that what he insinuated too? I thought he said more like he was.
I think that's more
influencing the booking.
Yeah. Like, I think that's what it is.
Nah, there was another one where he said like he would like to be John Cena's last opponent.
Of course, everybody.
Here's the thing with The Rock. Oh my gosh, and I love me some Rock, but here's the thing: he just he liked to be teasing folks. Like, the amount of years that he's teased us Like, oh well, it didn't quite work out for Hollywood. We discussed it, and then he came back, and then he was gone. It's like at the end of the day, like after you've teased somebody so many times, gonna be like, bro, like I can't, no, like you, because what are you gonna do? You're just gonna show up and have a match with Cena as his last match? Like I just don't think that's the play. I definitely think he more meant or was hinting at that he had influence as far as, you know, the matches for Cena, which I think he says certain things in interviews so we can all talk about it. Like I fully think that The Rock takes advantage of these things because the wrestling universe is hanging on every word of his, because just like everybody, they're kind of waiting for him to come back, and he could tease that for the next 5 years and never come back, and we'll still be talking about it.
Yeah. We're going to see how the Smashing Machine does for box office wise. Depending on how much money that makes, if it's a flop or not, will determine if Rocky comes back, I think. Because we know when Hollywood is popping, then, you know, he goes John Cena and, you know, you can't see him. But when Hollywood is kind of like, nah, we good on you. When it goes Black Adam, he's like, hey, WWE, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, you know, so, yeah, like that's so we can see how that goes down.
I mean, but I said we saw the Smashing Machine, but who else? But again, who else do you close out with?
That's what I'm saying.
Like with everything,
it has to be
with everything they building up. If not Rock, who outside of new talent? Then
if not Rocky, if not Edge, which is like kind of like the, you know, big reach is with Edge.
The next best thing would be somebody that John Cena is willing to put over as the next face of the business for the next 10 years.
Got to be the rub. So will it be Theory then? Is that where Austin Theory comes back?
Stop.
Anybody remember what you just thought was going to be Cena's
pre-sales? Have you got 60,000 pre-sales today for that last Saturday Night Main Event? You make it Theory, yo, they'll riot.
Listen, I said what I said, y'all, and I've been saying it all year. I feel like there's only one man who'd be willing to make that kind of impact to match that John Cena energy, and he's somebody we all gotta believe in. You say his name and he'll appear. I'm just saying, I've been saying it all year, and I'm not gonna stop saying it.
That'll be about
and Joe Hendry's and Joe's campaign for it. We've heard him on Busted Open. We've seen him in numerous interviews
dream match is
say
John.
that this is the match.
His dream
that might be it.
Definitely said that. His dream match is John Cena. So what kind of a dream come true would it be for Joe Hendry to finally make a debut onto the main roster for Cena's retirement match? That's insane. That's all the money. Then that's why you have 50,000+ in queue getting tickets.
Yeah. And then Hendry would immediately have to win the title. like he would. I mean, if Cena goes out on his back, then Hendry has to win the title immediately, like at Royal Rumble. You can't have a Baron Corbin situation who retires Kurt Angle and like a year later he's like piss poor in the casino gambling. You know what I mean? Like, no, it has to mean something. It has to mean something.
It has to connect us and connect with the people that are going to be there. Whoever bought them tickets, I feel for y'all because y'all going to lose your minds whatever happens. And I hope it's good. I pray and hope it's good.
Why does Joe Hendry have to win the Rumble though?
I'm not saying Joe win the Rumble. I'm saying he needs to win the title. he needs, if Joe Hendry defeats John Cena in his last match, he needs to be champion within 4 to 5 months of that. No United States tournament, IC title tournament, cute tag team partners, will they or won't they feud part? No, immediately. You just retired the 17-time world champion. So whoever retires John Cena needs to have the rocket and sent to the moon to wherever Trevor Lee, Cameron Grimes at. They need to go there and like get the moon on them.
When John Cena came in as the next guy, the next thing that Vince was looking for, he got the rocket right away. He didn't get the title right away, but he did get the rocket right away. Joe Hendry doesn't, and I think that's also why it's perfect for John Cena to not have the title at this point in time now. It doesn't make sense. For Joe Hendry to come in and then be able to make that moment with John Cena, Like, I'm not trying to skip over all the talent, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to think big. I'm trying to think of a big name that people react to the minute they hear it. Once John Cena's music goes off, it's about impact mostly. And
No, he ain't talking about that. He talking about as far as other talent for the championship. Like, I don't think that's just because you beat John Cena. It's like, oh, put the title on him.
No, not at all. But that could in the next phase, because Kurt Angle helped do that for Cena, and Cena would want to do that for someone else. Who better than Joe?
But the strapping the rocket to him just because that happened, I'm like, let the people decide that. Let the people decide if that's gonna happen. Because you still
I think with Joe Hendry being the choice and the reaction, I think that's the people speaking right there. Yeah.
I mean, but the reaction, we react to Jay and look what happened to him. And look how long it took him to get a championship. And look how quick it was.
Look how long it's taking for Jay to get main event when he's main event Jey Uso.
Look how long it's taking for LA Knight to get a championship. The thing is, it's like I hear from a popularity standpoint, but there's a few factors that we're still missing. We don't know how Joe acts on television, on primetime television, like Raw and SmackDown. We don't know what his in-ring capability is of, does he get a pop when he does a match? We know it was great because it was WrestleMania and Randy Orton's in there. But what happens when you got to face Penta? Or what happens when you face Kofi Kingston? Like, do you still get that same transition over? Because we've seen some people where it's a big pop and it just still don't get over as much as it did when it was in NXT or if it was in TNA. So it's just like I would keep him near the Rocket, but let's see how all of this lines up with everything else going. Because right now, we don't have we about to not have a world heavyweight champion with Seth Rollins being out. So it's like now this whole Monday Night Raw is going to have to fully pivot once again as to what's going to happen with that.
Get ready to learn cult of personality, buddy.
No.
Get ready to learn cult of personality.
So you see that, and then we don't know where does Joe Hendry go. So because it's like, okay, if you beat John, is it time for him to go to Cody? And it's like, is that too fast? Because Joe Hendry beating Cody where Cody is now. I love Joe Hendry. You know that Joe Hendry is here. Cody is right here.
Yeah, Cody's QB1. Cody is QB1, and he's that.
Yeah,
guy. But,
I think with if he beats or if he were to have a match with Cena, just kind of thinking back to that Netflix show where they're talking about Unreal and planning everything out. There's a couple things that they're going to have to test, and I think he can use that as his springboard to eventually get the championship. I don't see that happening right now. There's too many gods that they're serving right now that they need to figure out what goes what, because it's like they have to pay back. When I'm talking about WWE and all the people that they're Saudi, Endeavor, TKO, all these people that they have to please. There's too many of that, and they need to answer to. There's too many. There's a lot of that going, and they need to figure it along the same time. They still need to make money, and so there's a lot of different things happening. So I definitely, I don't know. You have to definitely see how. I mean, it makes sense now that TNA is essentially aligned with WWE, but we have to see how he kind of relates to the main roster, or if they're going to start him on NXT and how that kind of goes. So I definitely see that as possible, him having a match with Cena, but him using that throughout the year next year to build off to whatever they have planned for him. If they have something planned for him, he might have a match with Jericho. Who knows?
I would say, like, let's not jump the championship thing too fast.
Yeah,
then as fast as you get it, that's how fast you can lose it.
Yeah, no, I don't want him near a title at all. I was just mentioning the fact that he could be a top contender to face Cena one last time.
Oh, if you talking about the rub, yeah. Like, I think that's the outside of, for my client Oba, it's like, yo, that's the one that make the most sense.
And I really not what Dave LaGreca said, because I heard that people, was it LaGreca, Dave LaGreca? Somebody said it in the chat here, but someone said that Gunther's the one to be rumored to do that, and that's gonna piss me off. Honestly, I don't really.
Why?
I don't think I want that.
Why?
I don't know if I want that. Why? What's the point? of that. That's what you
What you mean?
do.
What you mean?
I mean, well,
I think because
okay. Well, if you're thinking about it in the way of bringing him back to redeem himself back into being the monster heel that he used to be, and now, you know, wipe off that other bullshit he was doing before he left or before he got injured and got hurt.
I don't know. Punk at SummerSlam, and we
Hey,
saw
man,
him
listen.
passing out at the sight of his own blood.
Hey, man, listen.
Sammy at
No,
40. I'm
listen.
still not over it.
Everybody got to eat shit pie, okay? And it will never be as bad as AJ Styles losing to James Ellsworth. So Gunther is way better than anyone that had to eat crow, okay?
Okay.
Like, y'all know, once y'all hear that, that yo, and he comes out,
music back, yeah.
It's a wrap. Like, you know, that's gonna be a fire match because they gonna work. Them two are gonna work each other, and it ain't gotta be no crazy antics. They not finna be jumping off of turnbuckles, nothing. Like, this man is gonna have to throw everything at Gunther.
Gunter, the ring general Gunter.
Well, remember, I think Styles, wasn't Styles and Ellsworth like Dean Ambrose beefing with Styles at the time and costing the match? So that was gimmicky. So
no, that was a couple. No, he's lost a couple of times to Ellsworth.
But when the title was on the line, who won? AJ Styles beat James Ellsworth. So
that's fine. But you still, the person you're looking at that would never beat the phenomenal AJ Styles while he's hot, and this is the guy beating him.
Way worse just beat Becky Lynch. Like, it happens. You know, it's heat to keep the storyline going.
Everyone,
but this is the last match, though. This is the last. So first of all, do we even know if Cena's going to count the lights? Will Cena take the L in his last match, or will he? Or is this one of the situations where we're going to sting it up, where Cena goes over?
Because Cena's the type of person that always has been. I would, because he said it in interviews. I want to leave a place better than I found it.
Right.
Or what's better for wrestling. And even though this is his run, it has always for him been what is better for wrestling. How do I leave wrestling where it's at, especially with me not coming back? So it's like, yo, if it's not one of your rogues that you have, and it's, yo, I'm putting another person over, best believe he already broke to 100 PLE victories. You're not going to get to 107. So you're not going to break Taker's record.
Nope.
So there's no need for it. So it's like, yo, if I'm going to really give someone the rub and go out on my back, why would it not be to a Gunther? Why would it not be to Joe Hendry? Or why would it not be to Obafemi? But from the three of what you're giving, Gunther is the one that seems the most suitable to be ready to give us a prime match with him only having 4 dates left. And that's the other thing that we all have to wrap our head around. As wrestling fans, we know who Joe Hendry is. The world and the casual fans may not.
I don't know, Councilman. I think we got to flip that. I think we know who Gunther is, but the casuals in the world know who Gunther is. Joe Hendry's theme song was charting. It became a meme. It was on TikTok. That's what really started the Joe Hendry run. Him blowing up.
I know Gunther, but I know.
Can you name the artist that was charting 4 months ago?
What do you mean? Like, if you want to go like music serious guy? Well, they're musicians. They're not wrestlers. That's not the question.
I'm saying that to say that ain't relevant. That was months ago. Don't nobody remember that.
It's very relevant because Hendry's a meme. He's pop culture.
You're not a meme. You're not a meme now.
So if they're gonna look for a guy to like get over on John Cena that they can really sell to the public, everyone knows that turnaround thing. They might even know Joe Hendry.
No,
they
see,
know he turns around.
You're speaking from
they
a fan
know the
point.
face.
You're speaking from a fan point. I will put money up that I can guarantee you casual fans do not know who Joe Hendry is. And if they know it,
not even casual fans.
I'm talking about the casual
regular
fans.
people.
No, but again, we're talking about the ones they're TKOs trying to get into seats.
Which is why Hendry.
But again,
I'll take Hendry over Gunther
who's the more reliable source to get that ready. Once again, John Cena and Hendry have never interacted with each other. So while that may get a pop, they cannot guarantee that. And we know, and again, from what you're saying with Joe Hendry makes 100% sense. Don't think I'm disagreeing with having him in there.
I know what you're saying.
That's my pick. But we know how WWE gets. So WWE gonna want to go for the guaranteed thing of how we sell this. We already know Gunther is a product. Gunther can carry a brand. Gunther has done what he needs to do. Please tell me why we finally got. Yo, I saw that. And that
Look,
is hilarious.
Let's get to that. But real quick, I just want to say Joe Hendry, the popular meme guy against Peacemaker. So
that's cool. How many people know Peacemaker though?
Here's the thing.
They probably know Peacemaker over Cena the wrestler at this point.
But who?
Here's the thing.
It's not our thing, but
here's the thing. Based off of what you guys both said, based off the things that you both said, Joe Hendry, the average person does not know who Joe Hendry is. The average person doesn't know who Gunther is. It at the end of the day, if it's more TKO and TKO wants to make that pop. And forget it's just 4 days. At the end of the four dates left, at the end of the day, it makes the most sense because everybody knows who The Rock is and everybody knows who Cena is. I'm not necessarily campaigning for it, but based off of even with Dom is Dom.
See, if they want to really make money, they not ready for that though. They not ready. Yo, Rey Mysterio's kid finishes John.
And then brags about it all year. That's mega.
That's going to be the greatest heel of all time.
Mega heat on
you
top.
shouldn't tell us nothing. That's the rub. Now you want to talk about a rub of the century?
No notes.
No notes.
None.
0 notes. You should get a yes one, Councilman. When it's just yes. Like
y'all say yeah. That's gonna be that. Now that's the one like you talking about. In 4 months, put the title on it. That's the one you do that with.
That's it. I think that's
them up.
Yeah.
A lot of cool contenders.
The cool contenders it is. So if you guys are wondering, because Courtney's been holding it down for us for quite some time, she's getting ready to do the AEW watch along, which is gonna be 3 hours tonight. So we have 8. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Whoa, 3 hours of CEO Wednesday. That's crazy. All right.
Yes.
Of Stone Cold Wednesdays.
Yes. So we have AEW Trios Championship, the Ops versus Two of the Champions versus LFI, the six-man tag, Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express versus Josh Alexander and Mark Davis. Singles match. Huh?
Wait, Jurassic Express, did you say?
That's what it says.
Yeah. What's it is? The dinosaur dude and Jack Perry got back together, right?
Yeah,
I think I saw Jack Perry.
I've been living under a rock.
Oh yeah, no, they reunited.
I saw Jack Perry at my local Ralph's today or the other day, which was kind of cool. But yeah, anywho, tag team match. It was just random. It's just like what LA is. You just see a random person like, hey, that's Jack. Okay, cool. He's
what was he buying?
He was in
pet food for Luchasaurus.
Oh my god.
He was buying pet food for Luchasaurus. That's what you saw, man. Like kibbles and bits. He has to feed his dinosaur.
Not kibbles and bits.
Oh my goodness. Tag team match, Will Yuta, Daniel Garcia versus Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly. Singles match, Guy Blue versus Jamie Hayter. Tag team match, the Hurt Syndicate versus GOA, and the single match, Megan Bain versus Harley Cameron, and famous last world segment with Chris Statlander and Timeless Tony Storm. So that's all happening. You guys can catch that with our watch along. Courtney's gonna be doing in less than an hour. So a lot of good things popping out for AEW. There's just really too much wrestling with that. With that being said, is there anything? Did anybody get to catch NXT? And if so, is there anything that anybody wants to make like highlight?
I have not seen it yet, but feel free.
Well, spoiler alert. Tatum Paxley. How about Tatum Paxley winning the women's battle royal to become the number 1 contender for JC Jane's NXT championship?
And
How about
Halloween
that?
Havoc. At Halloween,
Havoc.
Overdue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to get an upset with this? Are we going to get an upset? Will we see Tatum Paxley get strapped up here?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Nah.
Much as I would love it.
The numbers game. Right now, her and Izzy kind of shaky with the Lyra thing, and I already see like those are shenanigans that's gonna come into play at Halloween Havoc. And then, with now the newly formed Fatal Influence with whatever that girl name is now a part of the group. They're gonna find a way to make sure to take advantage of it and let JC Jane seal the victory. And then we most likely gonna have a Izzy Dame versus Lyra Valkyria match, and fucking Tatum stuck in the middle of who she got to choose.
Yeah.
So,
who's that girl? La la, Laney.
Yeah, whoever that girl is. I'm never gonna acknowledge her because they used that story to not let Lola win, and that's so fucking stupid. I was like, that this girl joined the group.
She was the ninja that took out Lola Vice.
That's right.
Person.
Yeah. I was like, that was so damn dumb. I would have rather.
It wasn't Britt Baker. We thought it was Britt Baker, but who also took out AEW? Who took out AEW out of her bio, by the way?
I mean, but Britt Baker got to get her knee up and strike correctly for that to have been her. Another highlight was that Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Lexus King. Like,
fire match.
Dr. Wagner was showing out.
Showed out.
Lexus, them two showed out. All right, I need Lexus King to have more matches like that.
Lexus King could work.
They were wrestling.
Lexus King could work.
They were wrestling. That's for me. That's match of the night. That was match of the night for me. And then just the implications of what's happening next, title versus title for Ethan Page at Halloween Havoc, and then
it is title for title. I thought Pages was just on the line. It is title for title, which I thought was weird that it was just Pages.
Did I spoil that? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to spoil that for y'all.
Spoiler alert.
Your councilman be learning about things, and
I'm not sweating it.
Yeah. And then I'm
happy it's for both. Good.
Yeah, and then OTM returned. That was whatever. And because you already know they're not gonna do nothing with this tag team titles. All right, when they're not finna do nothing. And for some strange, odd reason, Ricky Saints is in beef with Trick Williams for the title.
Oof. Hey, buddy, we're gonna have to have a very uncomfortable conversation about Ricky Saints and NXT.
It's not uncomfortable. You suck.
We're gonna have.
I'm sorry. I'm still not convinced that somebody like Ricky Saints beat Oba. Like, it just really bothered me.
But here's the thing. We talked about this before, though. Who was gonna do it? And that was the thing. It was like, you don't want to see Trick do it.
It was too soon for Javon.
It's too soon for Javon. Ethan is doing his thing right now. There's no one left. It's one of those, hey, we're ready to get Oba up, just like how Stephanie, let's give it to somebody else and see where the chips fall. Ricky Saints isn't a bad champion. The only problem is that Ricky Saints has not had enough time to figure out how to be AEW Ricky at WWE. Because there's a lot of.
Who do you think that is?
I think that's timing. I think that's just timing and creative standpoint. I think he just happens to have fallen into a bad spot right now where he has to try to catch up because you got to learn how to shoot the TV. And for some reason, it smooth went over for Mariah May. Well, Blake Monroe. She had already been practicing that. She was like, yo, I know the character I want. I know how to do this talking on here. And I will say too, sometimes they don't let you be you. So you can't be that normal, Ricky Saints that you are. And then unfortunately, you're now in a competition where, hey, you ain't the only black guy with swag there. Because I still say when I saw the Survivor Series stuff getting ready and they were in the back, I'm like, yo, how
Trick.
are you the footnote to Trick and Javon and you got the belt?
Yeah.
Like,
immediately.
Like I would have never let Trick co-captain me. Like, nah, this NXT, brother, you got that TNA belt on. You better fall in line.
Right.
Help that.
Yeah.
You letting Javon talk you and stuff like that? Like, yo, and you're the champ? Nah.
Yeah. Real quick, MDB999 says, "Does Kane hate New Orleans at his residence or not?" Oh, I love Nolan. Shout it! I bought Cash Money albums. I bought No Limit albums. I got a Ricky Williams.
So, what else y'all? What else y'all wanted to bring up and talk about? Yeah.
He's still going.
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord.
And then that's how it ended.
When he said Nolans, I was like, get off. When he said, I bought a Cash Money CD once, get out.
I got my soldier rags. Come on.
Your soldier rags.
I got
So
my yeah.
On that note, we'll finish with this. You said some interesting things. I think talking about Ricky Saints, what would be your suggestion for him? Because I think it was, who said that? MDB said it's only been 8 months. And I would say it'd only be 8 months if it was, somebody from college crossing over or somebody's the indies, but he did so well in AEW. It just feels like, there's something missing, whether it's them telling the story or the connection or connecting with the audience. So what would be your suggestion if you were running, Ricky Saints' career in the WWE universe?
Just hear me out. I know it's going to be controversial. Have him go out there and say nigga one time. Just one time. Just once. And let him say it to Javon. So then that way it don't go over so badly. Like if he was just like, if you think you finna get this championship, nigga, please. Walk off.
Out on bail, first out of jail, California dreaming. As soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochie screaming, feeding for money and alcohol.
I love how it always pans to white people looking like, what in tarnation is Cody Rhodes talking about?
Where were you on bail?
That was Cody Raheem. That wasn't Cody.
Where were you out on bail?
When out on did Dustin pay for it?
Not my American dream being in jail, California dreaming. Not here in my good country.
My American country.
My America. People. Cody Rhodes is for the people. Not got no time for that jigaboo music that you spit. You sing some Garth Brooks next time you out here on our SmackDown.
Our SmackDown. Nobody else.
Our SmackDown.
Just ours exclusively.
That's it.
Hulk Hogan's SmackDown.
How it became your SmackDown.
Yeah.
It's your SmackDown.
Hulk Hogan's
SmackDown.
No.
I think Ricky Saints should have something where he's like, you know what? I've decided that I am no longer a saint for anything. Bitch, I'm Ricky Starks. It's the name, y'all. No one likes the Ricky Saints name. It's Ricky Starks, bro. It's Ricky Starks.
I've actually gotten used to the Saints.
You do it?
It ain't as bad. It's not as bad to me.
I still don't like it.
I
still don't like it. I don't like the entrance. I don't like the music. Nope. I feel like you should just change the whole gimmick up.
That's what it
is.
If
you're gonna change it, change it. Yeah, it's like it's Ricky Starks, but in WWE. Like the music is similar. The thing he does instead of one arm is with two arms. And
this whole what is that? What are we doing?
What are we doing? Yeah, what are we doing? I know it's based upon
it makes me.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I'm sorry to come off like
that.
And
I think that's what it is, honey. It's the presentation. It's the presentation. We know that's Ricky Starks. We don't know how we know that's Ricky Starks because we saw Ricky Starks in AEW. And if you're gonna go to just be the Ricky Starks we know, bro, ain't nothing wrong with it. Just do what we it's what we, that's like Andrade. Andrade is Andrade wherever he go.
And I feel like he should be a little less like I get it. You went the humble route and stuff, and you want to introduce yourself to the people, especially in the WWE side of things and everything, into who you are and everything. But I feel like you should have came in a little cockier than this. You should have came
know
in
you.
like your shit didn't stink. You know,
and it's like what? And it's like, want to know how we know you're Ricky Starks? Because when Ricky Starks walked into the performance center, everyone started screaming Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that you just like, you almost insult your audience when you do things like this. Like the first week out, everyone started screaming and going crazy. He was trending #1 because that's Ricky Starks.
But again, too, though, it's also that thing of having yourself set for where you are. And so, although that's great, if you're not able to pivot and then now fall under the rules and banners that WWE fly, that's the problem. And then, of course, too, like, again, not to always want to play the black card, but it's like, yo, your stuff gets nerfed. You can't be unapologetically black there. Because look at Ethan Page. Ethan Page could have got a whole different name and just been ego. But because that's who he was, his character was already solidified. Mariah May's character is already solidified. And that's why changing her name didn't hurt. Ricky, however, a little bit, but again, too, she just got there and she only had one rivalry. And again, now she's still on TV each week.
Yeah, but so she's leaned into it.
And she's leaned into it, but she's still hurt. You still see the bitch from hell, that whole persona, everything. With Ricky, the problem with it is that people don't throw out is Ricky was dope, but then Ricky disappeared for a hot little minute. So Ricky didn't get a chance for us. Like, yo, let us to where your story is truly developed and where your character is truly developed. You've been gone all this time. So now you're starting from the bottom row, even though you still got the clout for your name. So to be honest with you, nobody knows who you are. And it unfortunately happens to be around the time where you got here, they threw a strap on you, they really messed your whole story up with the thing with you and Ethan and then getting injured and stuff, and it wasn't a great rivalry. So now it's like, hey, it's time for Oba to leave, or it's time for Oba to take a break and take a step back. Now we need somebody new. And so unfortunately, he's now getting the Trick Williams treatment. You're now champion in a time where your men's division is still trash. Let me not call it trash. I'm sorry for saying that. Let me retract that. Where your men's division is still developing. And
have a top guy rival you.
Yeah. And by seeing you now have to go after Trick, it lets us know there's no one for you to learn from and grow from.
Because even the setup was weird, right? Ricky was like, I challenge you for my title. It's like, wait, what?
Like what? Like you
Trick just lost. Just lost the TNA championship. He just no.
We thinking he going up.
Yeah.
Like, why not have Miles Bourne come out?
Yeah.
Like, we know you're not finna drop the title right now. So give it to one of these people. Like, yo, why didn't Josh Briggs come out and say something?
Yeah. Even though
why didn't Sean Spears come out? Like, if you want to run some AEW,
we're really not doing shit with Sean Spears. Like, what the hell are we doing?
No, y'all
if you just want to feed
Nico.
Yeah. If you just want to feed people, then like feed that, you know.
Yeah, and then you're not even feeding that right, because I kind of like the way the culling was switching where Izzy is the leader. I like that, but it's now too, if you're gonna do that, put Jada back with OTM. Now we got factions on factions that's led by women.
Right. And that's
side note
turnaround.
Jada Parker got eliminated way too early in that. She should have been one of the final four in the Battle Royal. Like, what are we doing with Jada Parker and Lash Legend? We have to figure out is you is or is you ain't with Jada Parker.
Lash, and Lash Legend. The only problem is Lash wrestle like Nia, and that's a problem.
Yeah, really? You think so? I think Lash is more she's not as quicksand footed. But how do you want her to wrestle though?
If you're giving Lash Legend,
no, that's just all that is my bad. All that is time. She just needs time. Like that's what that is. Like I'm not saying it like she can't wrestle. It's like no, like Lash really just needs more. Bless you. Just needs more time in the ring as a solo competitor. Like she don't.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that because I need like what I've been really wanting from Lash Legend. I need her to upscale her move set to the point where you're looking like Drew McIntyre out here. You know what I mean? Like you're that big girl that can move, that could flip, that could do a suicide dive over the like that's an image. You know what I mean? Like imagine seeing Lash Legend do a suicide dive on women that were outside from that battle royal. Like that would have been something crazy. That's like seeing Taker do. Like, you know, I feel like there's just needs to be something with Lash where she develops a different style in ring. Yeah.
Well, she took that body splash bump when they lifted her and threw her out on everybody. So I was like, okay, we get a little aerodynamic. She didn't just drop like a wet towel. You know, there was a little thing with there. So I like to see what develops with Lash and Jada to kind of do whatever. MDB says Lashley's the wrestle like 98 Kane. I would like that. Wrestle bigger. That's what I'm saying. It's the Kevin Nash thing. What Kevin Nash told Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Or Gonzalez. She's Gonzalez.
Rodriguez.
Right?
Yeah.
Rodriguez. Okay, better Rodriguez. Okay.
It was Gonzalez in NXT though.
Yeah. NXT.
Yeah. Bosa's saying that he's worried that she'll get dropped. I don't think so. She has a good look and a good place that they'll put some time into her. I think she'll be fine.
She's definitely someone to be invested in.
She just needs some time because if you really think about it, it was not that long ago that she was with Meta-4 and the Meta Girls. Like she just really started getting the solo run. And again, we barely get to really see her on TV like that. So it's like, yo, she just need time. But I'd rather her be here putting in the time than you having a Jade Cargill situation. Which I think, again, they're still doing her a disservice, not letting her be in NXT and get her reps in.
They need to run back Nia, by the way. We need to lash Nia too, because that was flames. That was fire. And to your point, what? You didn't like Nia and Lash?
I don't like Nia in the ring. Period.
What? That was a great match. And it to your point of her working with somebody.
Until
how much better she's gotten, and then all of a sudden she's back to the sloppy.
That's what I'm saying, yo. Like she treat this like it's a secondary thing. And that's what disappointment. I'm getting the same shit with like Mick Foley Jr., bro. It's like, yo, you got so much capability to be a phenomenal performer, and you just don't fucking do it. Like you get sloppy, you get lazy. Clearly, you get gassed out way too fast. You don't wrestle extremely big like you should. And it's like, yo, there's so much potential there for where really you should not have lost the strap to Tiffy that fast. But it's because you can tell, like, yo, she is a clear showing of nepotism, and I hate that that's the category that she's in now. Like, you're only here because you're The Rock's cousin, and we're now seeing that. Because think about it, if you saw anybody else perform the way she performed, they would not be on TV for the next 3 weeks.
As far as what happened with the ending to the triple threat?
All of that. What happens with that when she puts on other matches and messes up?
Wait a minute. 2 things. First of all, what is that bag? What is that? What is can be busting out tater chips on the stream?
Bag of chips, not for life.
You know you can't put out stuff in front of black people. We're gonna ask for some. By the way. Who is Mick Foley Jr., by the way? Is that
Sami Zayn? Sami Zayn.
It's Mick Foley
Jr. That's Sammy? Oh,
That's Sami
underdog, wearing the plaid, the messy hair,
but always winning shit.
No, but not winning what you need to win. Like, bro, stop with this underdog attitude, bro. You've been here for over 10 years. You that dude. Stop.
You're not no underdog. Maybe you've been overlooked.
WrestleMania main event. WrestleMania main eventer underdog Sami Zayn. I love it.
Now I do want to say one more thing before we get out of here, though, because I know TK got to go. I just wanted to be stated that me and Zelina are closer friends than her and Honey, because Honey kept saying that was never gonna happen Friday, and I said that it should happen and it was gonna happen.
Get out. Between you and Patchu, I'm not hearing the end of it, because Patchu has been advocating for Zelina and Alistair to join since 5 years.
Because why would you? Why the fuck would you?
No, I know. I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
But you didn't tell her that it should happen. See, as her friend, because that's the beeping sound you heard.
Know what we talking about. You don't know what me and her talking
about. I will clearly you didn't talk about that. You clearly didn't talk about that.
I'm not going to spill out my private conversations like Dion. I don't do that.
But clearly that conversation never came up. And now we here.
You don't know what we talk about.
It wasn't that. Promise you that. It wasn't that. Because you was advocating. No, she said she's never gonna work with her husband. I'm like,
I'm just saying that that's what they've said. I never said that.
They need each other. They need each other to stay.
They really do.
But seeing it happen in real time, like I literally, with my reaction, did not know what the hell to do with myself.
Now I don't mind Lola Vice coming up and getting a little shine.
No, we're not
saying. Lola and Damien against
and the only reason why I say that is for what they've been doing now, which I do like about bringing NXT stars to SmackDown, because we know Raw is the flagship show, but letting them showcase themselves on SmackDown for people to start knowing who they are. Like Soul had a great match Friday. Javon Evans is putting on a great show. Like, let them start kind of getting them reps in like that for that. So we see where the crowd is taking them as far as when they see them out there.
Listen, I'm not complaining. Two of my favorite wrestlers and people, and two of them in the storyline on TV. I'm not going to say no to that shit. You guys saw my reaction.
Yeah,
I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know how to react.
Fireballs now. It's a wrap.
Speaking of wrap, it's time to go. Honey, where can everybody find you?
Everybody can find me here every now and then on WWT Live. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Definitely Friday. Especially because we have our Honey Night SmackDown. And I'm definitely looking forward to Honey Night SmackDown this week, especially considering the way it ended last week. All things Wrestling with Honey on the socials, wrestlingwithhoney.com, and Wrestling with Honey podcast launching 2026, coming soon. I'm excited.
Buzz. Kane, where can everybody find you?
I'm at Kane McCoy. You can find me. I'm starting my new cooking channel, and my first meal I'm going to make will be New Orleans beans and rice. So I'll tune in for that.
So yeah.
Councilman, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on my own cooking show as well, starting off. And I'm cooking a famous Virginia dish. I ain't got one.
We got ham. We got Virginia ham.
I'm sorry, did he just say they got ham? Like that's a dish?
Virginia ham. Yeah, Thanksgiving coming up, brother. Or you don't fuck with
I ain't have to say nothing past that one. He did that for me. Thank you. He did that for me. No episode of Kayfabe this week, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, but I have to go to an event. Your councilman has to get his super PACs in. So, this next election, we can make wrestling great again. All right. And that's all I'm trying to do. No red hats, black hats and blue hats. Okay. I'm taking the phrase back. Okay. Y'all be letting people take stuff and all of this shit. We taking it back. All right. Tired of not being able to say, let's make this great again. They be like, oh, like, no, he didn't make that phrase up.
That a thing. That's just they just took it and ran with it.
That's right. So I'm taking it back. We're gonna make wrestling great again, and make sure that black people are showcased.
We are the nation of domination.
Yeah. And also shout out to Soul Ruka holding it down for the sisters all day, every day.
Well then, you guys can follow me everywhere at TK Trinidad. Make sure we just dropped the interview with Jazzy Yang, the daughter of Jimmy Yang, on WWT, so you can check out that interview. Our interview with Taya Valkyrie is also up as well. You can check that out. With that being said, also don't forget to check out the Women's Wrestling Archive. That's be dropping January 1st. So definitely donate and check that out. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches January 1st, 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.